Pontikas with the Brokery.
And I'm Jeremy Lovett with Intent Mortgage.
This is Andrew with the Madison Improvement Club.
Right here in Arcadia.
Welcome to the Madison Improvement Club. Andrew, tell us a little bit about Madison Improvement Club and why we're here.
So about 5-6 years ago, we started this wonderful business. You know, the point of the business was to bring a community together to involve themselves in different types of fitness. The background kind of came from my mother, who was heavy into yoga. My side was big into the spin, which we call party on a bike. And then we wanted to bring also healthy food to the concept as well that gave people a chance to kind of interact after classes. The building was probably the biggest piece of what came to be of the Madison. So we are sitting in a 100-year-old building. It was one of 5 buildings that was in Arcadia at the time. When we found this structure, it just felt like one of those places that needed to be reborn as a community place. As a space. Everything's kind of just running smoothly as can be. We have our yoga side, which we think is really great. We always say, you know, the yoga side takes care of your heart in terms of community and expressing love towards one another. And then you hop over to the party on a bike side and it kind of takes care of your heart in terms of fitness. And then the last piece of it, which is the cafe, it's a good balance of healthy food as well as some really great stuff that you can indulge in as well.
This was the bingo building, right?
This was the bingo building. So the 2 main businesses that occupied this building was first the Madison Improvement Club. And then the second occupiers was the Amico Bingo Club. So when we actually took over this building, they had all of their bingo stuff here.
So you have multiple locations, but specifically, what made you want to start here in Arcadia? What is it about Arcadia that is a draw?
That's a great question. So my mother and I have decided we want to do Madisons in places that are close to our hearts. It just made sense to kind of give back. It's part of our family motto is to, you know, create space and community for places that we care about.
Yeah, well, and what's nice is, you know, I come here and I do spin here and I have for a couple of years. And one of the draws to me was how it makes it feel like you're just one of the group.
People have met here. People have gotten engaged here. We had actually one person during Party on a Bike propose, which was really cool.
Party on a bike?
Yeah,
oh, man.
Proposal during Party on a Bike.
I've seen other people do spin. I've never actually done it myself. I see like the beginning of the class, I'm like, oh, I can do that, and then I'll come back and watch them about 45 minutes later. I'm like, oh no, I might die.
We'll get you in there.
Yeah, and I was the same way. You know, the first couple of classes that I took, I had no idea, and that's one thing that I wanted you to talk about is that, you know, who is appropriate for the Madison, both from your yoga standpoint as well as your classes. Do you have beginner classes? Do you have intermediate? Are they all together? Talk about how you structure the classes.
We don't have classes that are per se beginner. We don't have classes that are novice. Every single class is for everybody.
Great.
I gotta say that means something, because that's probably why I haven't actually done it, because I'm comfortable out on the free weights because nobody's watching me do stuff like that, but I probably haven't taken a spin class or a yoga class because I don't want to look silly.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt myself in front of other people, so that's good to know.
And one thing I do want to say, because my husband comes here as well, and he was a little intimidated at first because he thought this was all for women, right? You know, the spin classes, he didn't want to be the only guy in the room,
Right.
whether it was yoga or spin. And he was very well surprised that there is a good mixture. This is for both men and women. In fact, there's at times more men in the class than women from a spin standpoint. In fact, I came in one time and all the bikes were set up really crazy high, and I was like, what is going on? And come to find out, a lot of professional athletes, basketball players, come and use this as a really great kind of training facility as well.
Yep, so the Phoenix Suns do yoga and spin here, which is really great.
So what made you want to partner with Kaleidoscope and bring them on board with having them as part of your facility?
So Alexander and I have been together friends since we were both starting the company. So we would reach out to each other at 2-3 a.m. We've had a great time with them. They're great to work with. Their food is incredible. You got to try their juices, their waters.
Yeah.
So good.
And then talk to us about, so you, from soup to nuts, I mean, you can, I have my yoga / spin attire that you guys sell.
Yeah, we got everything. It's a one-stop shop. We're always bringing in new quality stuff.
Perfect. So there's some more history here you wanted to tell us about. 110 years ago, this was an improvement club for females?
Correct. So actually the Madison Improvement Club was a female group, and that actually started in the 1800s. So it dates back as one of literally the longest growing group of females that came together, and what would you even call it?
Pioneer women.
Yeah, pioneer women,
Wanted
really.
To settle Phoenix and focus on education and like building a community out in the middle of the Wild West.
During construction, we get a call from our contractor saying, you guys got to come over here. And we're like, okay, what is it?
The roof is falling.
The roof is falling.
Oh no.
Terrible, terrible.
So we got word, and we had this box that we found, that the contractor found, with all of the original yearbooks from the Madison Improvement Club. It had everything from signatures to yearbooks to names to what the Madison Improvement Club's quotes were, which it was really fitting because some of their quotes just kind of went hand in hand with what we're trying to do here. So my mother and I were both in tears. I mean, it was just one of those things where we knew we were doing the right thing in reviving this place as a community spot. So
Was that where you came up with the name?
that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were going to go with it regardless. So that was the name we had branded.
Oh, you had already said it was going to be the Madison Improvement Club, but you hadn't found that time.
Correct, and we had gone out to the libraries to try and do research. So it was kind of like one of those just perfect gifts from the women.
You made it sound like anybody can do this. I think I'm ready. You think you could show us some spinning, a little bit of fun? You say party on a bike, is that what it's called?
Party on a bike. The reason we are a little bit different here at the Madison is because of my background in both lighting and sound. So once you see the room, you will just be incredibly amazed, the euphoria that goes on in there. So we're gonna get you in there.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
All right, thanks so much, Andrew, for giving us a taste of what a party on a bike or some yoga can look like here in Arcadia.
And if you want to live the Arcadia life, just give Debbie and I a call.
So thank you. We'll see you next time. Tune in next time for... Thank you, Andrew, for inviting. All right. I know, this is the hardest part of every shoot.
He's like, yeah, we want to
my
capture all of the
gosh.
gold.
Not healthy-ish.
Why does this make me feel so good to see them struggle? I don't know. I might have extra tears coming down mine. I'm just going to pretend that's extra sweat.
You're just crying in the corner after.
Well, oh no, these are all the outtake reels. Sorry.